Hello, and welcome to the Self-Guided Metro District Forum for Developers. My name is John Borgeli. I work in the City Manager's office and oversee the review process for new applications and amendments to existing service plans. Thank you for your work in helping to build our community and for your time in providing your feedback on this matter. We're holding this session to solicit feedback on proposed regulations and oversight matters pertaining to metro districts. City Council is looking into potential enhanced oversight measures and regulations on metro districts in order to protect residents against potential abuses. This is an important issue to our City Council and to our residents. We want to hear your opinions and perspective as we continue this process. Namely, how will these proposed changes affect your development plans? What measures would you support? What measures do you find problematic and why? And if you have any suggestions for regulations or alternatives to regulation. After this presentation, please answer these questions and others in the survey linked on the webpage. Historically, metro districts have supported and enabled Commerce City's development, both residential and commercial. Much of the North Range developments and the driver of growth in the past few decades have been the product of metro districts. Commerce City has regulated as provided under the Special District Act without independent regulations using an administrative model service plan. And this is something that our council is looking to change in the near future, enhancing current regulations and increasing oversight over metro districts. And our goal is to facilitate the development and continue the city's growth while still keeping the welfare of our residents at the fore. So we'll start by just reviewing some of the current regulations that we have in place. These are on this slide specific to transparency. Meetings must be noticed in 3 public places and must be held within city limits. Districts must cause builders to provide disclosures to purchasers and potential residential buyers. The service plan must explain the debt limit. There has to be an annual notice mailed to property owners, and City Council can comment on debt issuance and refinancing. While City Council can comment on these matters, it does not have to approve them. It just provides comment to the district on them. Other current regulations are found in our service plan. The city uses a model service plan as the starting point for negotiations and formation of new districts. And this plan incorporates best practices from the industry, other communities, and based on council direction. This model service plan includes several measures aimed at protecting residents, including mill levy caps for both debt service and operations and maintenance mill levy, with adjustments for Gallagher, a 40-year debt term limit, the max of 18% interest and 5% max underwriting discount, interest rate fairness opinion, reimbursements for improvements to be used to retire debt, limit on compounding interest for developer reimbursement. It does permit fees, and council must approve material modifications and some actions, such as eminent domain, inclusions, exclusions, other items that are laid out within the IGA between the district and city council. We are looking into updating our service plan and regulations, primarily 3 different areas: authorities, financial requirements, and governance. So we'll start by talking a little more about proposed measures to regulate authorities. One thing we're looking to do is incorporating Senate Bill 21262 and limiting powers that may be granted in the future. Requiring service plans to include IGAs or service agreements, especially pledge agreements among related districts, or require future council approval to limit the finance control district structure as a big emphasis for council. Requiring additional council approvals for forming other Title 32 authorities that could oversee a multi-district structure, special assessments, etc. Prohibiting control district structures, that's what the last 2 bullets are really geared at doing. Further limit developer reimbursements and private debt, and requiring dissolution or service plan renewal if debt not issued or improvements not constructed in a certain time. Moving on to looking at some financial requirements, requiring district imposition of a regional mill levy payable to the city for regional projects, removing the ability of districts to override that debt term limit, reducing the interest to 12% interest with a 3% max underwriting discount, requiring additional fairness opinions on debt and interest, and removing mill levy adjustment for either the debt mill levy or operations and maintenance mill levy, or both. So that's that Gallagher adjustment it would just be a hard cap at whatever it states in the service plan rather than allowing it to float over that level. And finally, we're also looking at measures aimed at regulating the governance of metro districts, additional reporting requirements and transparency, mandating potential sanctions, establishing an annual oversight fee be payable to the city that would enable city staff to have a greater role in oversight and be able to actually oversee these regulations that we're talking about putting in place. Limiting the use of websites for marketing purposes, really just keeping the focus of these websites to just district information and providing resources to the residents. And for board governance, requiring quarterly meetings with virtual access to the meetings and weeknight meetings for certain topics to ensure that the general public and residents will be able to attend, not having them during the middle of the workday. Limiting director service to a single metropolitan district board, so you can only serve on one district board at a time. And protecting end user board control and authority. Thank you again for your time on this very important issue. Your voice matters to us, and we will incorporate your feedback when we present this to council next month. Please fill out the survey that can be found on the webpage. And if you have additional questions about this presentation, this process, or anything else, please reach out to me. My email and phone are listed there. Thank you again for all that you do for the city and for your feedback on this matter.